Russ at RM Fitness. Just thought I'd shoot you a quick video after my training session then, just to check in with you all really, see how you've been getting on. You know, most of us enjoy Christmas, let's be honest, yeah. We've had a bit of alcohol, or maybe a lot of alcohol. You've had foods that you don't normally have. Okay, I'm not going to fucking lecture you like a baby on like why you shouldn't eat this or that over Christmas, because it's bollocks. I eat it, I do it, I enjoy it. Okay, but it's just about how you recover and get back from that. Okay, so I've just completed my training session. Now, I didn't do anything crazy, okay, and I'm going to tell you the reason for this in a minute. It's a lesson that you lot can learn in a minute, okay. Now, I came in and just, to be honest, I had some urgent work I needed to get bashed out, which got done pretty quick. Had a meeting that I needed to have, got that done, and then I thought, oh, just go home and walk the dog and I'll get back into training tomorrow and blah, 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 blah. The usual bullshit that we all tell ourselves. And I thought, no, okay, let's just get a little session done. So I just came out and did 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 exercises, okay. A few supersets as well. So it took me half an hour, literally that's half an hour, 35 minutes, something like that. I'm not absolutely fucked, I'm not dripping with sweat, okay. I've just got it done. Now, what's important is that you don't aim to be sort of hitting everything 100%. So you've just had a period where you've probably been at, what, 40% compliance, what you could be, in terms of how strict you've been. I don't know how you've been over Christmas, but I'd probably have been at 40%, yeah? So if I was dieting down to get on the front cover of Men's Health in 6 weeks or 8 weeks, okay, and that would be 100%, okay, as a percentage of that, I've probably been at about 40%, okay? Day to day, I'm normally about 80% of that, because I do like a bit of leeway at the weekends and things like that, okay? But that means I'm on track in the long term, and I'm not just sort of in this lost gain cycle that a lot of people are in. So let's assume you've been at 40% as well. Now, what somebody would do whose brain can't, or has got no experience in these things, and they're not sure about like how strict they need to be, is they jump back to being at 100% today. So they'd go and do a fucking huge session in the gym, hour and a half, loads of exercises, sweat it all out, all the usual stuff. They'd get back on the food, they'd be strict as hell on the food, okay, and then the next day they'd be same, but then it's New Year's Eve. And what happens on New Year's Eve? They have a drink and they eat a bit of shitty food. And that follows on into New Year's Day, and then they get back on it on the 2nd of January, don't they? Yeah, they join the gym, they join the programme, and they're 100% and everything's hunky-dory. But then something else happens, it's another event, it's a christening, it's a birthday, they get ill, they get a lot of stress in their life, something happens with a job, okay? And then that person then starts to overeat and binge, okay? And then they start to feel guilty, so they punish themselves with exercise. And it's an all too familiar pattern that we're seeing of this sort of binge, diet. Don't train at all, be a lazy bastard, do nothing, train to complete excess, okay? It's just opposite ends of this spectrum all the time. And that's something I'm totally against, okay? And the more time I spend working with people, the more I'm realising that, no, let's just find that thing that you can do forever. Let's just find that nutrition protocol that's sustainable. Let's find that training routine that's sustainable for you. If that's fucking 3 days a week, it's 3 days a week. But if you can do that, then do it, okay? Don't do 5 and 6 days a week for 12 weeks, burn yourself out, and you don't go near a gym for bloody 6 months after. And you undo all the hard work and you overshoot back worse than where you started, okay? So, my message today, so I've come in, done a simple session, like I said, but I got it done, which is the main thing. I now feel good. I'll now go home and eat properly. Less likely to drink alcohol. Less likely to go and eat shit. And even if I do them two things, at least I've got a training session done, okay? But what it does mean is that it means that I'm not going to be that stiff that I can't train tomorrow. So now I'm going to get a good session in tomorrow because I've not overdone it today. With all that shit food in my system, I wouldn't recover very well probably anyway from something hard that I'd done today. And probably, to be quite frank, end up doing myself more harm than good. So just find that happy medium. Just get a session in. Okay, maybe it's a light session, maybe it's a light jog, maybe it's a couple of easy hill sprints. Maybe you come down, you know, if you remember here, you come in, get in the strength lab area, and get a session banged out on your own that's not too taxing. Maybe you jump in a group session if that's what you want to do, okay? But just don't think that it's got to be this 100% or nothing. This all or nothing mentality. I'm either dieting, training to excess, or I'm binging and I'm not training, okay? I'm either really happy with my physique or I'm really unhappy. Okay, it doesn't have to be like that. There's just middle ground. That's an awesome place to try and find. Okay, lastly from me, if people want some help and they want some extra accountability to find that place where they can move forward. Then we've got a very, very effective programme coming up in the next sort of week or so that I'm going to be releasing details on. But it's also very, very scarce in numbers that are available. So keep an eye out for that, guys. Okay, it's going to be some places for existing members, some places for people that aren't members, and there's going to be an online version of it. But it isn't a large-scale programme that we're running, okay? We're just not doing that. So I'll speak to you guys soon.